Welcome back to the substandard leader of box bodies on this here man's YouTube. You guys all know where you're at. You didn't accidentally step into this through this doorway into this rabbit hole. You did it on purpose. You knew what you were getting yourself into. Sadly, Teresa had no idea. She figured she's learned though, and it's not good. But yes, you're here with me. But you know what? Before we get started, we should probably get into some actual working clothes because we might get a little dirty on this, maybe, maybe not. So let's key up a little theme music and let's get this party started.
VIP is where I be. Thick chicks, nice dips is the master key. It's a shakedown. I don't mess around. If you're gonna hang around, then you better be down. I'm a stripper fiend.
Aha! You guys thought you were in for a show, weren't you? You always wait till the second dance. That's a plus and tip right there. You don't run up on the first dance. Second dance. What are we doing? Well, it's freaking raining. Yes, it is raining. So we can't drive the Love Boat or nothing like that. You know, we'd be sucking. So it's raining. So I thought since it's raining, I could just go home, watch some TV, you know, take a nap because I'm tired. Before Teresa gets home, I said, you know what? I owe these subscribers some quality content. And me taking a nap probably would be quality content. But instead, we're going to work on this fine piece of machinery right here that we have neglected for quite a while because you know what? We got ADHD, Project Car ADHD. We get distracted and I can only, for the most part, I can only work on one at a time because my motivation just says, grabs me by the throat and says, we're going to work on this. And I'm like, but I need to be working on that. And it just, it don't care. So, technically speaking, we haven't touched this car. Now, we've got a few things to do. While we haven't touched it, we did take the 430 gear out of the 8.8 that we had in the Pro Stocker. So that 430 gear is going to go in here. It is more boost friendly than the 456 that is currently in it. And while this probably isn't a great idea with a stock T5 and a stock clutch, we do have those 28-inch slicks, which can knock the gear down even more if we just decided to shred everything from the flywheel to the rear end housing. We could just eliminate everything in between those two pieces. Flywheel, rear end. What's in the middle? So, if we want to do that, put the big 28s on, put two-step on about 5,500, let it beat and bang, let the clutch out, and just let the good times roll. So, but we're probably not going to do that. To get the 430, I know, you know, the magazines back in the day, we were having this conversation in our group text the other day, you know, if 373, like someone said, 410 was outlaw gear. 373, that was the best gear ever for everything. And 355, you know, why would you need more than that? So we got 430s with a blower. We only run 8th mile. We don't care about interstate. We don't care about 3 honking. Our horn doesn't even work. We don't care about none of that stuff. That's not our game. Our game is 8th mile, stick shift, and we don't even care if anyone's in the other lane. We just like driving a car and racing or running it. So what does that actually mean? Well, it just means we got, you know, a hot mess that we need to get running. So I am going to zip the lip, and I'm either going to work on the top side a little bit. I might put the intake on it just because it'd look cool with it on, or I might start working on the rear end, which I have to make a path to get to that, and just, you know, knock the axles out of it, take the drive shaft out, and just knock the spool out, stuff like that, so we can have that. I might actually technically do that because I can put the ring gear on at home, and I can press on the carrier bearing. That, look, we just made a plan, us together, working in concert, hand in hand. How the hell do you shake your own hand? All I know how to do is do this where it feels like it's dead. All right, enough of that. Man, you know what I could use right now? say it with me. You guys know I can use Mountain Dew. And when we get the Lincoln to the track, I'm getting a Mountain Dew. Hey, if you can smell this shirt, let me know. Trust me, I feel your pain. All right, here we go. This right here is a fine, fine piece of machinery. Allegedly, as legend has it, this intake was done by Watson Engineering. If you've never heard of Watson, well, they've been around. Steve, dang, I'm missing a bunch of washers. Steve Grevick, however you want to pronounce it, Rip. That guy was in a terrible accident. Died racing a Pro 50 car. Bill Rimmer hit him at the end of the track. That was some nasty business. But Steve worked there at Watson at one point in time. They were kind of like some of you guys may know be more familiar with like Livernois, or however you want to pronounce that. Engineering. Watson was kind of like that. They did a lot of stuff. But anyway, allegedly, as the story goes, this intake had the factory S cut out of it, and they welded in this 4-inch tube. So I have no verification of that or anything. I gotta find another washer. But yeah, so it's got a 4-inch tube. Also putting this nut on here is a lot of fun. It involves some 1/4-inch ratchet and extension and stuff, but I'd like to just get the intake kind of bolted down real quick. Maybe just throw the distributor cap on it and just put the charge pipe on it, and just so I can look at it. That belt too, we can kind of stick the belt on it. Just to, get the visual. Let's get our visual juices flowing. Let's get our imagination flowing. So, I need to get another washer, and I'm going to finagle that one nut in, and you guys don't want to watch that. Now that was very close to being a huge tactical error on my part, because I don't have the valve covers bolted down. And the other thing too is I have to remember how I got it. I was like, oh. So got that figured out. And so yeah, we almost had a boo-boo, So we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, and we just about did that. Just about got too far ahead of ourselves. So we oh yeah, I forgot we got to cut all this junk out too, so we can put our power pipe in. Haven't clearanced that yet. You know me, I'm not scared of cutting anything. And we'll figure out our big old Mondo valves. Wow, this is all the silicone right here. But I, technically speaking, probably don't want to trim this up a lot, because we are going to change this intake out at some point. And eventually I'm gonna get this on somehow, some way. We're gonna change this intake out. And we're gonna put blow-through carburetor on it. Just kidding. I am just kidding about that. We have a box style intake. We have a box style intake that goes with a truck lower, and we've already I swear. That's why I'm a naturally aspirated guy. We've already been in touch with David. Sorry, this takes. We've already been in touch with David about the situation. He's got a ported truck lower that that will make our life a little bit easier. That looks super radical. Look at this. Probably making another mistake putting the cart head of the horse. Trying to put the belt on it. I'll never get it off. That hurt my knee. Look at that. That looks super racing. All this stuff is good. It is humid too, dudes. Look at that. Arguably one of the ugliest things VORTECH did. God, this thing's, I need to, I say I get it screwed. Ooh, I could put some loom over it. I don't like that color. I know, right? What's it matter? Well, at least we got our, like our alternator deal. It's gonna work. So, anyway, that looks awesome, right? Does this look like we're accomplishing anything? I feel like it does. Sometimes, you know, just mocking it up, getting the inspiration. The bypass. What in the world are we gonna do with that? We'll figure it out somehow. I'd also, once again, like to take a moment to thank Eric for all the super cool stuff that he sent us. We're gonna put this to use, man. I'm working on it, slowly but surely. Very slowly. I honestly wasn't in a big rush to get this done anyway, just because of the summertime. So yeah, it's so hot in Florida. I just wasn't in a big rush to get it done. And we've got, like I say, a big radiator to put in it, the one out of the Blue Dragon, the gift that keeps on giving. So, oh, we don't have to go to it. Still looks cool though. Wait, we'll use that for a thumbnail. Get everybody all excited like we're fixing to start it up. And we've got to also, we're going to have to get our radiator hose deal squared away. So we'll probably find something on Speedway or something. They've got some hoses. I don't want to buy the VORTECH when it's stupid expensive. All right, we'll see you guys in the next clip. We got it jacked and racked. Tires off of it. Get the drive shaft out of it. Take the sequence limbs loose. Again, knock the spool out of it. It will be ready to go. We've also got to change the pinion seal. It was leaking. So pick one of those up at the auto parts store. One of the things we did is we took the rear end cover off this car and put on love boat. So temporarily, man, I got 1,000 things I got to buy, and I need more than $1,000. So we'll put a stock cover back on it just to get us going, and you know, we've got a dyno day coming up too. I think sometime in October or November, I don't know. But David's already throwing the, casting line out there, seeing who's going to come and stuff. So we'll either take, we'll take like the love boat. Hopefully it'll, will still be running. We can take it, or we could take this. One of the guys that's kind of in our group, he's in our group, but we don't get to see him a lot. Richard Sickles from FOMO Bros channel. Him and Ray, and his brother's name is, I'm pretty sure it's Brian. If it's not, you can be mad at me. I'm terrible with names. He restored a Mustang GT. It's really nice. But the FOMO Bros, Richard's got a VORTECH powered. It's got a AOD, but it's got GT. It's got 3 bars and a cam stuff. So maybe he would bring it. It'd be kind of cool if I had this going, and because I've got 3 bars and an F cam. He's got a Victor EFI on his car, the 2-piece intake. When you say Victor now, most people think of the carb style, but it's not that. It's the 2-piece short. Is their short runner intake, and so the combos are actually kind of similar in a way, without knowing how much boost this will make or anything like that. The combos are kind of similar, so it would maybe be a little interesting. He's had his on a dyno before. As a matter of fact, check out their channel, FOMO Bros, and he has got where he's had his GT on the dyno with the VORTECH, and he also has numbers from when he had it on a 125 Zek shot. 125's weak, just saying. 150. You start at 150 and go up till the crank comes out of it, which is about 175. So anyway, it might be cool to have this running. You know what I mean? I always got to look for ways to motivate myself on cars that I'm not really into working on at the moment. Something happened, I'm like, hey, I need to, and that's what it was. Richard took his car to track the other day, and I was like, yeah, man, I probably should work on this a little bit. And, it's raining. I should just, instead of just messing around, I should be working on the car. But instead, I'm talking to the camera, talking to YouTube. So let's get the drive shaft knocked out of it. You guys are distracting me. Can't get nothing done. Now we can start taking our C-clip limbs loose. I'll be honest, not the biggest fan of Mosier, simply because they use a bolt into the eliminator, whereas Strange uses studs. It's much easier to put together when you're putting axle in, through the brakes and through the flange and stuff. It's just through the backing plate. It's just a lot easier. It's a lot more user friendly. I don't know. But we bought these used. That's what was on here. So that's what we're stuck with. We have got one out now. Get the other one unbolted, pulled out of the way. And we've already took the pinion nut loose. Didn't show you guys that. Nothing to see there. So, yeah, we're getting, we'll have this thing knocked out here in just a second. We've got our other axle out. Now, looks like it's got his tongue hanging out. Yeah. Wonder what shirt that was, or if it was a shirt. Anyway, gonna knock those babies loose, and then we'll be able to pull the spool out, and then we can pull the flange out, pull the pinion out. We'll be ready to head home. Alrighty, popped right out. There she is, or there it is, I should say. Now, get the all right. Look at that. I think we'll go down to the Bruce's Yoda's area, his garage, and we'll knock the ring gear off real quick. They got he's got big compressor down there. Mine at the house could do it, but I could go ahead and do it now. Be done with it. So, all right, let's go do that, or I'm gonna go do that. This is our VORTECH instruction manual. Phew. All right. Well, man, good times right there. You know you've had a good time when you've done this. We're gonna wrap this video up. I know it's a lot of talking, so if you didn't feel like watching, I don't blame you. It's probably already kind of long, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We'll pick up the video whenever we're on the next one. I guess we'll be doing the gear and putting it back together. I mean, and we've still got to put rack back on this car because we took the manual rack off for Pro Stock. We're gonna put a looped rack on, but we may even, I think we're even gonna take the poo shirt home and wash it. Teresa loves that. She's like, oh my gosh. On a side note, I wanted to take the opportunity or the moment to thank all of you guys. I know I say thank you, at the end of every video. Thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing, and I say all that stuff. And of course, I mean it. But I was thinking about that a little bit today, and I was thinking about it while I was working on the car, that you guys motivate me as much, I guess, maybe as I motivate you, but it's not because I feel like I need to make content, technically speaking. And again, I'm a moody person. I can be difficult to be around at times. But it's sometimes when I'm working on the car, it's kind of like we're all working on it, but I work a lot better by myself. So it's the best of both worlds. It's like when we're filming and I'm talking, it's like I'm talking to people that are here, but you're not here. So that works really good for me, because that's, I'm just not really great. I'm okay working on other people's stuff with them. I'm just weird about people working with me on stuff because I talk a lot. I don't get nothing done. I just talk. So, it's all good. But when sometimes when I'm doing the video, it's like you guys are here, kind of. I say you guys. It's just I know you're mostly the faceless masses. But you know, there's a lot of you guys are subscribers that you comment and stuff. So it's not why I don't technically have a face to go with the names. I have an avatar to go with the names at times. So it's kind of like you guys are kind of here. I'll think about something like, oh gosh, so and so is going to say something about this or whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that you know, you guys motivate me as much as I motivate you. I mean, it's easy sometimes to just not work on the car or find reasons to not work on it, but there's other times when it's like I'm not working on it to make the content. It's like, hey, why don't we go work on the car? If that makes any sense. Anyway, I know it probably sounds stupid, but whatever. So anyway, thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. Especially, thanks for watching. And until next time, on the substandard leader, we're going to have the boost is going to be loose at some point. You can best believe that. We'll see you guys in the next vid.